Hi everyone, Terry here. Guys, today I'm here to talk to you about something that is really important, and that is your right to bail under the laws of Uganda. But before that, let's first take a chance to look at the air. Just breathe and just internalize whatever we have in nature. Now, aside from that, hi everyone again. The right to bail is what Ugandans have. Ugandans don't have a right to bail. Actually, they have a right to be granted bail. Now, what laws are granted under that? What laws give us that exact provision that gives us the right to apply for bail? First of all, we need to know what bail is. Bail is written permission given by court to a person who is charged with a criminal offense to leave the premises of court and to leave prison while they are pending their trial. Now, anyone can be charged with many cases. Arson, people can be charged with rape, people can be charged with treason, a number of cases. Now, today I wanted to take you just to the great outdoors and we see and just take a stroll as we discuss the right to be granted bail. Now, when you look at the Constitution of Uganda, we have Article 23 in particular, which tells us that a person in the Republic, in any citizen of the Republic of Uganda, can be granted bail and is actually given that right to be granted bail by a court of law. Now, when you're given that right to be granted bail, there are certain conditions that the court must attach, certain conditions that the court needs to take into consideration before giving you bail. First of all, you should have a clean criminal record. That's number one. You should have a clean criminal record. You should also have been a first-time offender. Number three, the court will also take into consideration, if you've been put on remand, the court will take into consideration your conduct when you have been put on remand, your conduct basically in jail. Now, there are many other considerations. They can also consider age. Imagine if they put in a 75-year-old man in jail and they're giving him life imprisonment and he's been applying for bail. Then the court will also have taken into consideration his age, his mental state, whether he's the breadwinner of the home. There are a number of conditions. Also, the severity of the issue. Also, what crime has he committed? Is it so grave? Has he committed multiple homicides? Has he killed many people? Has he raped someone? Has he committed aggravated assault? That kind of thing. So as I take you through this stroll, I want to just give you this lecture about bail and your right to be granted bail. Many people do not understand that the court gives you have, as a citizen of Uganda, the right to be granted bail, but not the right to bail. Those are two different things. So, another thing you should know about bail is that this is usually given to, there are a number of courts that give a lot of consideration. Usually there's a hierarchy of courts. Let me also tell you about that. We have the Supreme Court of Uganda. We have the Court of Appeal, which is the same as the Constitutional Court. We also have the High Court of Uganda. We have the Chief Magistrates Court. And then we have other magistrates courts, the grade 1, the grade 2, that kind of thing. So it goes in that order that I've actually just mentioned to you. Now, the magistrate court has the right to grant bail to any case. It can be most of these small cases that are not capital offenses under the Penal Code Act, except the Chief Magistrates Court and any other subordinate magistrate court does not have the right to try cases which are capital offenses. Let me give an example of treason, an example of rape, and assault, common assault, an offense to the state. It's only tried by the High Court, because the High Court, as we all know, has a limited jurisdiction. I will do a video concerning jurisdiction of courts, but that's not the case right now. Now, a lot of people may be wondering, if I go to a Chief Magistrate Court, will my case be tried? Will it be heard? Usually, if it's a capital offense that you've committed, then that will have to be by the High Court of the Republic of Uganda. Now, when it comes to bail, I think I've basically exhausted almost everything, but there are a number of sections, for example, Section 75 of the Magistrates Court, which actually tells us that a magistrate court or any higher court above that can actually deny you bail because you might have not have fitted the criteria of the set conditions which are meant for one to be granted bail. Now, bail can be denied. We actually have the case of this guy, Abid Hassan. He was a businessman who was caught evading justice in the district of Mubende just last year. But when he was taken to court, he was denied bail. Reason why? Because first of all, he did not appear in court. To be granted bail by any court, you need to be physically there. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, he could not physically be in court. So his defense attorney asked the court whether they can interact on Zoom, but the court denied bail, and also the fact that his offense was a capital offense and it was so grave. So, my dear viewers, there are a number of things concerning the right to be granted bail in the Republic of Uganda. However, it's not that straightforward. There are many conditions which the court has taken into consideration, and like I've explained to you meticulously, there are a number of things that the court has taken into consideration when looking at the right to be granted bail. So like I was telling you before, there are a number of things that the Republic of Uganda will consider as the courts of law represent it when they are granting you bail. Now, a bail application is usually written by the accused's defense lawyer. They usually apply to whatever court is hearing your case, usually the High Court, could be the Chief Magistrate's Court, could be anything. But I want to first play for you the video of Abdu, the businessman. He's an Indian, and then you really understand what conditions that the court did not take into consideration when trying to grant this guy bail and why they refused to grant him bail. Let's look at the video. I'll wrap up the video when you're done watching this short clip.
On the 16th of April 2020, businessman Abid Alam was remanded to Chitala prison in Mityana district on charges of connivance to defeat justice on the atrocities he committed in Bukoba village in Mubende district. The tycoon was meant to return to court on 8th May this year, but later issued a production warrant to Uganda prisons, asking them to produce the businessman for his bail application.
Following the directions of this court, you know, to begin with, that would be contemptuous of the authority and power.
Due to COVID-19, the accused was not produced for the fact that we need to maintain social distancing.
The defense lawyers, however, provided court with a laptop to be used during the bail application. But after a heated court session, Grade 1 Magistrate Joan Achar ruled that court did not have the right technology to hear the bail application.
And let the accused person appear in court in person in order for the bail application to be heard. This matter is therefore adjourned to the 4th of May 2020 for the bail application.
We are aware that there are public service guidelines on the use of technology as far as this period is concerned. So we will consult with our clients on the next course of action.
Abid Alam was remanded to prison over allegations of conspiracy to defeat the cause of justice alongside 4 other senior police officers. Julius Buchana, NBS, live at 9.
So like I've just played for you the video, we see that businessman Abid Alam had committed a grave offense of evasion of justice. Now, his defense lawyers applied for habeas corpus. And for those of you who might not know what habeas corpus means, it means bring the body to court or bring the accused person to court. Now, this is usually caused, this habeas corpus application also goes in tandem with a bail application. The judge, the magistrate in this case, told the defense attorneys that we cannot bring Abid Alam to court because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, this is very understanding because of the current situation in the country, the current situation in the world, and we need to understand that Abid Halam has a lot of cases actually pending. He is not a first-time offender. He has been charged with a number of offenses before. And yes, that's all I can tell you about bail. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was something I thought all of you should know. Being granted the right to bail is what is usually granted to us. It's granted to us under the Magistrates Courts Act of the Republic of Uganda, the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Article 23, and other presiding laws, and it is tried by all courts. However, the Magistrates Court, in this case the Chief Magistrates Court, is limited as it cannot try capital offenses. These can only be tried by the High Court of the Republic of Uganda. And for those who are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel. This was Simply Legal Law Teacher Review, and I'm going to be making more videos concerning topics, especially for those who are in law school. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're new to it. Just hit the link below in the description. And for those who are also new to my channel, feel free to leave a comment about anything you want me to talk about in a future video. Tell me what you liked about this video. Do you have anything to add? Do you have anything that I missed out? You can tell me in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. I'm out.